Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with Mahabharata. Most of you know the story of Mahabharata, but very few of you know it in detail. If you are a spiritual seeker, then it's very essential to learn our Puranas in detail. So let's start with the class. A Kshatriya named Shantanu was ruling Hastinapura kingdom. He was in deep love with a scheduled caste lady named Satyavati. She was a fisherwoman. She is also called by name Matsakanya. Every day Shantanu meets her at her fishery place. Both of them were in deep love. One fine day Shantanu met a great warrior named Devrat. He also came to know that Devrat is his son by Ganga. Ganga asked Devrat to lead his rest of life with his father Shantanu. Shantanu happily accepted his son and stated that Devrat will be the prince of Hastinapura. Shantanu went to meet Satyavati as usual. Satyavati noticed the brightness on Shantanu's face and asked him the reason. And Shantanu told the reason. Immediately she was very disappointed and Satyavati worried and spoke harshly with Shantanu that if Devrat rules Hastinapura kingdom, then she and her children will become slaves of the kingdom. Shantanu fell into depression. Still, he announced the kingdom that Devrat is the prince of the kingdom. Devrat, unable to see his father's suffering, and asked him the root cause of it. Shantanu told him what has happened exactly. Devrat went to Satyavati's place and consoled her. He took a vow that neither he become the ruler of the kingdom nor he marry someone. Shantanu followed him and observed everything that has happened over there. Shantanu, unable to digest his son's sacrifice for the sake of his happiness. He was very proud of his son and gave a boon that Devrat will be called by name Bhishma and he never falls into death until and unless he seeks for it. He dies whenever he wishes to. Satyavati was stuck with Bhishma's decision. Shantanu married Satyavati, then they gave birth to Vichitravirya. After a few years, Shantanu passed away. Vichitravirya was incapable to fight with anyone. One day he was attacked by another kingdom, but he showcased his incapacity to fight. But Bhishma saved him. Bhishma tried to explain him the responsibility and eligibility of being a Kshatriya and being a ruler of a kingdom. And Bhishma behaved rudely with Vichitravirya. But Satyavati stopped him. Bhishma respected her words. One fine day, Kashi Desha king announced the Swayamvara of his daughters Amba, Ambika and Ambalika. Satyavati asked Bhishma to win three of them for the sake of her son Vichitravirya. Bhishma refused her and tried to convince that it's a adharma and he can't able to do that. But Satyavati ordered him. Being a Rajamata of Hastinapura, she ordered him if he refused to do that, then he has to move out of the kingdom. Finally, Bhishma agreed her and participated in Kashi Desha Swayamvara. Bhishma announced in Swayamvara that he came to win the event for the sake of his brother Vichitravirya. But Princess Amba was in love with another prince. However, Bhishma defeated him in Swayamvara. Then immediately Amba bursted out and showcased her anger on Bhishma for defeating her lover. Bhishma apologized her that all that happened unknowingly and questioned Kashi Desha ruler why Amba participated in the event, but the king was helpless. However, Bhishma understood Amba's suffering and released her from the event. He won Ambika and Ambalika for the sake of his brother. Kashi king also accepted it, and his daughters also agreed for the marriage. Vichitravirya married both Ambika and Ambalika. Amba went to Hastinapura to meet Bhishma with a deep depression and anger and asked him to marry her. She argued that he won the Swayamvara and he himself has to marry her. And she can't marry any other due to any reason. It will become adharma. But Bhishma politely refused her that he took a vow that he never marry anyone in his life. But Amba showcased her anger. Bhishma understood her situation and asked her to meet his guru Parashuram. He stated that no one can defeat him and help her apart from his guru. Immediately, Amba went to meet Parashuram. Parashuram did not listen to her completely and asked her to meet Bhishma for the solution. She told that Bhishma is her actual issue. By listening to that, Parashuram showcased his anger towards Amba and left from there. She tried to commit suicide, but Parashuram saved her. And Parashuram listened to Amba's words completely. Now, Parashuram is ready to fight with his most beloved student Bhishma, if he is not ready for marriage. Meanwhile, Vichitravirya's day has come to become the ruler of Hastinapura. And immediately after his sacred bath, he immediately fell into death. His family had an intense displeasure. Bhishma showcased his anger on Suryadeva to bring back his brother. But Suryadeva consoled him with the fact of human's birth cycle. Satyavati approached Bhishma and informed Parashuram's decision. Immediately, Bhishma went to his guru. But Parashuram showcased his anger because his most beloved student did not listen to his words. So Bhishma was forced to fight with his guru Parashuram. It was about to become a disaster. But Ganga sought Mahadev's help and stopped her fight. Mahadev stopped the fight and told Amba, and she will become the reason of Bhishma's death once reborn. Amba was very happy to live her life, and she was very eager to reborn to see Bhishma's death. And Amba passed away and reborn in Panchala Desha by name Shikandini. This is the part 1 of Mahabharata. In part 2, we'll see in the next class. Thank you all for joining. We'll meet you in the next class.